good old Christmas time. Been really busy organising the Shark 6 purchase, so been a little bit distracted along with work and all the family stuff that goes on during this time of the year. I haven't really had much time to report on more of the sea line, but the good news is I've hit 10,000 Ks and I finally got into my first service. So in case you haven't been following, basically I purchased this car in August and it was delivered to me in September, early September, and I was told that the servicing times are 3 to 4 months out. So I booked in the earliest service date possible because I knew I was going to rack up the Ks pretty fast, and I got early December, which is tomorrow. Now, I clarified with BYD support about the whole situation because you're supposed to get it inspected at 3,500 Ks, and then I don't know what the service is after that, but they told me that no, you could skip the 3,500 kilometre inspection because they said it's just an inspection. I've heard rumours that they actually do change the oil at 3,500. So, I mean, the oil in the motor, that is, the ICE motor. So that's kind of raised a little bit of concern for me because I've done 10,000 Ks. I mean, of that, I've done 4,200 hybrid, so petrol Ks, or hybrid Ks, and 5,600 EV Ks. So I guess the question's kind of coming down to whether or not 5,000 Ks is okay for the first oil change. Presumably, the oil that's in this car now is the same oil that was put in at the factory all the way back in China. So, you have to be dubious about whether or not there is any concern in that. But according to them, they told me in a ticket that, it doesn't really matter. And I did suggest to them I'll be anywhere between 10,000 and 15,000 Ks by the time this December service comes along. And they again told me that, it won't be a problem. So we'll see what happens. This apparently shouldn't void my warranty. And the thing that's interesting to me is when I spoke to servicing last week to confirm the booking, they told me they can't back charge the complimentary 3,500 kilometre inspection. So I'm going to get charged a couple $100 for this, is what they've told me. This is BYD Dandenong. And that's an issue because if I drive in there way past the 3,500 kilometre inspection, they can't charge, I assume, head office or BYD or whoever's in charge of it, that time for the inspection and what I hear to be an oil change. So to me, because I couldn't get a service inspection earlier, which was out of my control, mind you, and I booked my service straight away after like 2 days of owning this car, after delivery in September, I'm going to be out of pocket $200 to $300. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I will email the support and find out. I mean, it's only a few $100s, but still, it's a few $100s that I wouldn't have had to pay until 20,000 Ks, if I understand this correctly. So I'll update you guys on how that kind of develops, how that kind of ends, because I think it's important. These type of things are a little bit important. I mean, you buy a car brand new, and then if you're a power driver like me, where you got to do a lot of things, you bought the car to do the Ks, you're trying to save on operating, running costs. And even today, if I was to book, if I booked the next service today, or yesterday, whatever, a couple of days ago, I wouldn't have had an availability until February/March. And to me, that's just crazy. I mean, if you were to buy this car today, going to BYD, and someone like yourself bought it, and you were planning on to put 5,000 Ks on it in 1 to 2 months' time, you're going to go past that 3,500 kilometre inspection, and then you're going to have to pay a few $100s for the inspection instead of it being a complimentary. In which case, then you might as well just add $300 into the price tag when you buy it. That's not right, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens with this, and let me know in the comments, guys, if you're a Sea Lion owner and have had a similar situation. I mean, I don't think there'll be many out there that would have missed the complimentary service. Probably just me and a few random handful of others. because I'd like to kind of know. Oh, and also tell me, when you got your 3,500 kilometer service, did it say you got an oil change? Because I'm getting mixed info about that. Some people are saying, oh no, it's just an inspection, BYD. Others are saying in social media groups, no, I did my 3,500k inspection and I did an oil change. I would expect they would do an oil change at 3,500k's. Engine, I mean, it's filled in China, manufacturing, so it can be driven around onto the boat, off the boat. You know, getting cleared at the docks, then going to dealership. All that oil is just gone, you know, moved around over the sea, come to Australia. You would think at 3,500k's you just get the oil will get changed. Fresh oil, car life starts. Not, you know, do 10, 15,000 Ks and then get an oil change. Yeah. So I hope this doesn't affect anything with this car on a long-term basis, and we'll eventually find out. But I haven't had any issues. So 10,000 Ks and I've had no issues. The engine's driving beautifully. Car hasn't got any noticeable problems. I'm really pushing the car. So like Monday to Thursday, I'm getting EV only days where I've got enough range to do electric only. And then my Friday, Saturday and Sunday are hybrid days where it goes in HEV, and I do anywhere between 150 to 300 Ks a day over the weekend, and I'm driving in sports mode, HEV sports. So the car's getting a good balance of both, and it's performing flawlessly, so can't really complain about that. I expect to get my Shark, I'm told, pre-Christmas or straight after New Year's. So I was one of the first few to order, so I should be in the first batch of deliveries, which could be a good and bad thing. But it's pretty exciting because I didn't think it'd be this soon before I'd be able to get my hands on a electric first hybrid, what they call a series hybrid, in the bush full driving, since full driving is something that I kind of do on my other YouTube channel. Stay tuned, guys, because yes, interesting things developing here. And of course, don't forget, consider subscribing if you're not subscribed to the channel. I know everyone hates hearing that, but I just want to kind of build the numbers so I can actually get an understanding of how many people of you out there that are following my content on this. I literally started a second YouTube channel just for this stuff, so I wouldn't interfere with my regular four-wheel drive audience. And it's just good to see, you know, if you're here because you own a Sea Line, you're here because you're looking at buying a Shark, you're here because you already knew me from my other channel, or you just happen to stumble across this channel poking around doing a bit of investigative research on electric first hybrids. I am very interested to meet you guys, so introduce yourself in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. And yes, I promise you guys, I am going to make the video about how to sideload, you know, like YouTube and other apps onto the Sea Line. I know I read a comment today about someone who said that they can't find the firmware. I've just got to decide whether I'm going to wipe my car clean and reset it and show you a step-by-step and make a video, which is very painful for me because I've set this car up perfectly, or if I'm just going to give you a how-to and kind of just walk you through it in instructional steps, giving you the files, a link to the files you need to be able to do it. That's the hold up, because I was really hoping someone else had a Sea Line and they were going to probably come in for a visit where I could set it up on their car and film it then instead of having to reset mine. But either way, we'll get something on here for you guys that want to side load.